Snake and Erad here, and welcome to our new player's guide for infantry roles. We won't be covering commander, officer, armor, or recon squads in this video, so stay tuned for more.
Rifleman.
Yes, sir.
Rifleman,
Yo.
the most basic role that Hell Let Loose has to offer, but not one that should be slept on.
No sleepies.
While the Rifleman carries a basic kit, they also have one of the better assortment of rifles, while also the ability to carry ammo and explosive ammo crates. The Rifleman is the starting role that all new players should spend some time with and work at getting good at. With the exception of the US allies, the Rifleman kit starts with a bolt-action rifle, with German forces eventually having access to a semi-auto kit. Russian and British forces are stuck with bolt action for each kit. When starting out as Rifleman in Hell Let Loose, the first things new players should work on is movement and map awareness. How you move around in Hell Let Loose will certainly have an effect on the longevity of your life. Work on learning distances from cover to cover to better understand what is within your rifle's range. Use your ping to gauge the distance to your target.
Oh, headshot
200
him.
meters and under, a chest shot should kill the target. Though unless it is a headshot, they can still be saved by a medic. Hitting limbs will require multiple shots to put the target on the ground. Don't forget to drop ammo crates around points your team is fighting over or trying to defend. Supporting your team in this way is an additional source of experience. All in all, Rifleman is a good starting role for new players to learn the game mechanics, strategy, and maps. It also provides a viable backup if the role you want to play is taken due to the rifle options. Though once you have spent more time in the game, you will play other roles.
Assault. Let's go.
Assault.
Here.
The assault kit is going to be for those that prefer to use close to medium range automatic weapons.
Some rifles, too.
They excel at pushing into enemy defenses with their firepower and grenades.
Holy sh...
Similar to automatic riflemen, one of the key differences, though, is the amount of grenades assault gets. Assault kits are afforded more smoke grenades to disrupt enemy sightline and provide your squad and team with cover for pushes. For the US team, the assault class has access to the trench gun, which, in my opinion, is one of the most fun guns in Hell Let Loose. So if you ever feel like committing some war crimes and watching enemies turn to pieces, give this a try. Enjoy the grind to level 9 though for the kit with a satchel. Might want to drop some nodes to help you out with that.
Automatic rifleman. Hell yeah.
Automatic rifleman. Similar to rifleman, with the exception that the automatic rifleman kits are centered around submachine guns and automatic rifles. They don't have the option to carry ammo crates, so they tend to support their team or squad with providing more medium-range suppressing fire. Automatic riflemen and assault play a similar role in that they are both geared towards pushing into enemy lines with their firepower and grenades. When playing automatic rifleman alongside your squad, consider the movements and position your squad is trying to take. Aid your squad by providing covering fire as they work their way into an enemy position. The suppression effect can be very helpful in disorienting the enemy and keeping them from taking an offensive position towards your approaching squad mates.
Medic. Don't you give up on me.
Medic.
Yo.
The most underused, underappreciated, and frankly, Frowned upon class in Hell Let Loose.
But why?
How could anyone hate a medic, you might ask? The most common answer you will hear is that medic just don't always bring enough benefit to the squad or team compared to other classes. More often than not, if you are playing medic, you will no doubt have the experience of seeing a friendly fall, run your ass in their direction, only to have them give up. This is common, so be prepared. Most of the time, it's quicker to redeploy and get back in the fight, so most will often choose this route. However, this certainly does not deter me from playing medic. Medic just might be one of my favorite roles, though I do favor an underdog. They only have 2 kits available that don't really bring a whole lot, other than the ability to drop a box of bandages at the cost of your rifle.
Wait, what?
So if you want to play big boss mode and run around healing people and using your 1911, this is your role.
Just gonna give you a little pat on the crotch right here.
Medic, I think, also offers some of the best gameplay moments with other players, especially those that like to get into character.
I can't feel my cock.
I'll reattach it for you. Don't worry.
Thank you.
It offers a great way to engage with other players outside of your squad and create the opportunity for plenty of funny moments. So even if medic is not the most desirable class for many, you still might have some fun, so give it a try.
Machine gunner. I have like 1,000,000 bullets.
Machine gunner.
Sup?
There is not a whole lot to say about the machine gunner role.
What just happened? I better not have been my guy.
As the name suggests, you have the distinct pleasure of hauling around one of the largest lead-throwing weapons in the game. Machine gunners excel at defending areas and providing their team with suppressing fire when positioned correctly. They also have enough firepower to destroy enemy vehicles, so don't sleep on the chance to make some boom booms with your machine gun.
Support. Where do you want the supplies, boss?
Support.
Supplies!
Easily one of the most vital roles in Hell Let Loose, but also one players can have less of a desire to play. After a new player gets a little familiar with the basics of Hell Let Loose playing Rifleman, I would say that picking up support is the best thing they can do. Even though support has the vital importance of providing supplies to your team, which are needed for building garrisons, resource nodes, and structures. This should not feel like a daunting task. New players who are playing the support role just need to hang on to their supplies and provide them if asked by their officer, or if they run into another squad who may need supplies. Support players give their team the ability to stand up garrisons more sneakily around the map, versus your commander having to drop supplies, which veteran players will be looking for, and relying on loud supply trucks. This also gives new players a great way to learn about garrison placements while working with their officer. This will help support players grow by having a better understanding of where supplies may be needed before they are even requested. It also helps you better understand where you might be looking for enemy garrisons when playing on the attack with other roles or recon and saboteur. The available weapons that the support role has can certainly be a detractor for wanting to play the role in favor of roles with a better variety. However, if you play support long enough to get to level 8, you will unlock the flamethrower, which in my opinion can be a challenging but rewarding kit to use. Overall, support is a great next step for new players. What they will learn by playing support will help them in other facets of Hell Let Loose in the long run.
Anti-tank. Anyone seen my bazooka?
Anti-tank.
Where's my damn zook? Oh, thanks.
As the name suggests, Anti-tank is focused on dealing with enemy armor by either using ranged rocket attacks and AT guns, or up-close sabotage with a satchel charge and anti-tank mines. Starting off, you will have access to the rocket launcher kit, which carries 2 rounds. You'll be able to take out most tanks with 2 good hits,
In its
but
ass.
it always helps to have a friendly support with the ammo carrier kit to help you
There you go.
resupply if dealing with heavy tanks. When trying to use the AT gun, you will certainly need a support friend to drop you supplies so that you can build the gun. However, the AT gun will use munitions resources. So if your team is lacking resource nodes, this can eat up resources and leave your commander hurting. Saboteur with the satchel is highly destructive, fairly difficult, and dangerous to play. Satchels are high explosives with the capability of destroying any armor they are attached to. However, they also have a decent explosive range where friendlies can easily get caught up in if they are not paying attention. All in all, if you like to make things go boom, anti-tank is a good choice, but also one that may easily be taken before you have the chance.
Engineer. We got some work to do.
Engineer.
Yep.
Engineer is also a vital role in Hell Let Loose, as they are needed to build resource nodes for the commander. This in turn supports your team with having more support at your disposal in the form of air support, armor, artillery, and encouragement. Without resources, your commander will run into a bottleneck and be prevented or slowed down in providing support. Engineers are also the masters of building defensive structures that can drastically help bolster a control point and slow enemy advancement. Make friends with support players and put on your Bob the Builder hat, then get to work placing barbed wire to slow down enemy movements and walls to have more cover available. They are also equipped with a saboteur kit with a satchel, anti-personnel, and anti-tank mines. This makes for a fun time in leaving traps around areas that are likely to have troop or armor movement. Satchels can always be used for other purposes than trying to take out enemy armor. They can be attached to structures to destroy them or clear out enemies. Not to mention, they are great fun for blowing up garrisons and resource nodes if you find them. Engineers can also provide field repairs to help keep friendly armor in the game. So if you see some flames, grab your torch and get welding if it's safe to do so. The versatility of Engineer makes it one of my favorite roles to play. Not to mention the US gets the trench gun, so I am already on board to cause some mayhem.
Dude, look to your right.